Hey guys, in today's video I'm going to show you one of my favorite trading strategies based on the MACD indicator. For this strategy you only need 2 indicators, and how this works I will show you today. So if you like this video, smash the like button, subscribe to this channel, and I would say let's go guys. So the first thing you have to do here is to go on TradingView.com and click on it. So TradingView is a chart analysis software where you can analyze your trades before you enter your trades. And it's a very important thing. So in my opinion, TradingView is the best site for this. And what we have to do next here is to search our asset for today. And for this, you have to click on this little box up here and fill it first with your broker. So as you can see, I'm using Bitget here because Bitget is in my eyes the best trading exchange on the planet. And if you want to use Bitget also, you can check it out with the link in the video description. There you can save 50% fees and you will support this channel. So after we fill this box here with our broker, we have to first put in our asset, which is BTC, that stands for Bitcoin, against USDT, which is US dollar tether. And on this point, we have to click on the second one because the first one is the spot market and we want to go here in the future market where we can trade with leverage. So in the chart here, the first thing we have to take a look on is the time frame. And as you can see, I'm using here the 5-minute time frame, and today's strategy is based on the 5-minute to 1-minute time frame. But you can also use any other time frame for the strategy. So the strategy works on every time frame, but because I'm a day trader, I'm using the smaller time frame so I can take more trades on a day. For example, if I'm in the 4-hour chart or 1-hour chart, there are no so much entries. In the 5-minute chart you will find a lot of more. So we go now here first in the 5-minute chart, and after this we come to the most important part, the indicators. So for the indicators, you go up here on this little box which calls indicators, and what we have to fill in here is MACD. MACD stands here for moving average convergence divergence, and if we click on it, the MACD will open directly down here. So as you can see, there are a lot of stuff here in this indicator. All in all, in this MACD are like 2 moving averages, the blue line and the orange line. We have the histogram, which is here with the red and green candles or the green bars. And we have the zero line, which is this little gray line here. But what I want to do now is to take what I want to show you now is any part of the MACD in detail. So guys, as I told you, there are 2 moving averages in the MACD, and we start here with the called MACD line. This is the blue line here in the MACD. What is the difference to the orange line? The blue line, the MACD line, is much faster in the average and more sensible. So you will see that the blue line will move faster with the actual price. So the blue line was the MACD line, and now we come to the orange line, the signal line. And this line is less sensible. It's a bit slower against the blue line. And it is very important that we have both of them because these 2 in a combination, they give us buy and sell signals. But all you have to know here is that the signal line, the orange line, is a bit slower in the price movement, in the price average against the MACD line. So next to this we have the histogram, which is show us red ticks and green ticks, or red bars and green bars. And this is very important because the histogram gives us a better overview for the trend. So if we now, for example, show it with our MACD and our signal line, you will see that on this point where the blue, so the MACD line, crosses the orange line on this point, the histogram is changing here from red to green. And also what is very important is that the histogram gives us an overview of the volume in the chart. So for example, you can see here are much bigger bars against these ones, and in the chart also here is much more volume against the smaller bars. And one more nice point here is that if the blue line and the orange line is close, like maybe for example here on this area, you will see that the chart is consolidation to the side. So if there are, for example, a big gap between the orange and the blue line like here, you can see that there's much more volume, much more movement in the chart, and this is shown here by the histogram. Last but not least, we have the zero line here in the MACD. you can see it. It is this, yeah, like little gray line here on the level of 0. And one small tip here I want to show you. You can like color this 0 line. If you go here in the settings, you can click on the 0 line and, for example, make it white. I also do it here like in a line, not in a dashed line, so I can see it better right now. We have now here the MACD in perfect settings, and now I want to show you how this MACD is working. So we can see now the 0 line is on the level of 0. Sometimes the blue and orange lines are up the 0 line, sometimes below. So what does it mean? I want to show you right now. If the MACD line crosses the signal line, so if the blue line crosses our orange line below our 0 line in an upwards way, so for example like here, that means for us it is a bearish signal and we want to make a long trade here. So against this, if the MACD line and the signals line are above our 0 level here, and the MACD line is crossing the orange line in a downtrend, for example like here, this is for us the sign that we want to make a short trade. And if we take a look here on the chart, if you would place a short trade like here where the MACD gives us the signal, we would make a big profit here. So this is like the main part of the MACD. So as you can see, the MACD is like an indicator for momentum. So it gives us in a perfect moment a sign where we can make profit with up or down moves in the chart, and in my position now here in the 5-minute chart. So another one or other guy is asking himself why we use the MACD now, because as I told you, there are like 2 moving averages here in the MACD, the blue line and the orange line, that are both moving averages. All in all, exponential moving averages. And now there is the question why we not use directly 2 EMAs in the chart, and that I want to show you. So I prepared now here 2 EMAs in the chart, which are on the same length like the EMAs in the MACD on 12 and 26. So how does it work? If we take a look here now in the chart, on this point our blue line, so the MACD line, is crossing our orange line, the signal line. And on this point, we would go here in a short position or with the next candle, to be honest. If we take a look here in the MACD, you will see that the MACD cross is much earlier than the EMAs in the chart. So in this situation, we would enter the short position right here. And on this point, we would make much more profit. But if we take a look on other situations, it will be definitely the same. So for example here, the MACD gives us the signal for a long trade down here. That would be here on this point. But the EMA will give it us here. So next time where we make more profit with the MACD. You can see all in all the MACD is much earlier in this like momentum trades, in this momentum signal. And that's why we're using the MACD and not yet like the typical EMAs. So this is why I think the MACD is much more better in difference to like normal EMAs in the chart in this way. But guys, that's not it, because we don't use only one indicator for today's strategy. We use a second one, and yes, it is a EMA. So we go again here in the indicators and go here on EMA, so the moving average exponential, and again there's coming this blue line. But we have to modify this one. So for this, we go again here up in the settings. And what we have to do first here is to make it in our favorite color. I'm using white for the moment now. But what is more important is to go here on the inputs. And I want to explain you now what you can see here. So first of all, you see the time frame point. That means that the EMA is all times based on your current time frame. So as my time frame in the 5-minute, that means the EMA is now based on the 5-minute time frame. But what we want to do, we want this EMA permanent on the 4-hour time frame. This is why we go here on 4 hours, and now you can see the EMA is directly moving down here. But what is secondly very important is the length, because the length gives you the information about on how much candles the EMA is built. So that means, for example, now it's on the 4-hour time frame, and the EMA is built in the like average of the last 9 candles, so the last 9 4-hour candles. And we want to use here not 9, we want to use the average of the last 50 candles. And now you can see the EMA is moving away. If we zoom out here, you can see that the EMA is now down here. One last point I do all the time is also to click out the gaps. And now you can see the EMA is perfect designed for us. For sure, I want to explain you now why we use this EMA, and this is very easy to understand in my opinion, because this strategy is built that if the chart is upper the EMA, so for now example, the chart is upper the 50 EMA, and on this situation, we take a look in the MACD only for long trades. So we don't take a look for like where the chart is going down, we only take a look where the chart is going up here. And this is very important. So the opposite side would be if we zoom out here in the chart, for example, if I go back sometimes, here we are now, for example, below the EMA 50. And this means in this time, we take only a look here on short trades and not for long trades. And this is how the strategy is built. And what I want to do now is to give you some examples. So guys, we start here on this point and I want to show you now how it works here and why it is such a nice strategy in my eyes. So if we zoom out first, we have to check, okay, we are upper the EMA 50. That means, right guys, that we take a look here only for long trades. On this point, we go in our EMA and there are like 2 points we have to face on. And this means if we want to take a look for long trades, like in this situation, we have only the possibility to go in a long trade if the EMA line, the blue line, is crossing the orange line below our zero line. So for example, like on this point here. So that means if we are now here on this situation, on this point here in the chart, we would go here with the next candle in a long trade. So I would say let's take a look on here, because there's one more important point. If we enter our trade here, for example, like on this point, we will all time put our stop loss on the last current low here for this example. So if we make a long trade, we will put our stop loss on the last important low, which would be in this situation here on this point. And our take profit we put with a chance risk factor of 1 to 1.5. So in this example, this would be like around this situation here. So yeah, like this. And if we take a look here, this trade would perfectly work here with our strategy. MACD gives us the perfect sign here. The chart is looking great. We are upper the EMA 50 if we zoom out here again. And all in all, the MACD works very good here. So guys, I want to show you now one opposite example. So in this case, if we zoom out here, we are below our EMA 50. And as I told you guys, that means, right, that we have to take a look for short trades here. So if we take a look now on the MACD, it's the opposite against last time, where we take a look when the MACD line is crossing the signal line from below our zero line. In this case, we take a look when the MACD line, so the blue line, is crossing our signal line, our orange line, from top to down, but above our zero line. So for example, this would be here in this situation. And now we take a look here on the chart. So that means we would go with the next candle here in our short trade. If we take a look here and put a short trade on this candle and take now the stop loss on the last significant high, not low, because we make now a short trade and not a long trade, and again go with a 1 to 1.5 chance risk factor, which would be around this. And as you can see, this trade also perfectly works. Guys, before we come to our live trade, I have one last step and trick for you, and that I want to show you right now. So sometimes there are situations like, for example, this, where we are here against below our EMA 50, if we take a look on, and we are here on this situation here. As the MACD told us here, we are crossing our signal line with the MACD line from top to down over our zero line. And that means that we can make a short trade here. But if we take a look on the chart, we are still down here. And as you can see, this trade normally would be make no sense, because we are coming here from a big downtrend or with a big little crash or whatever. And this would make no sense. But in situations like this, there is a little trick for me. But be careful, guys. This is normally only for advanced traders. So if you are a beginner, I would first of all go here with the 5-minute time frame strategy, as I told you. But for the people who already have some skills in trading, they can try this situation. So we are now here in the same situation, but on the 1-minute time frame. And on this part here, you can see that the MACD is crossing already right here. And in the chart, it would be here on this situation. So much earlier than in the 5-minute time frame. And if we would take like a short position on this time here with stop loss over our last significant high with a 2 to 1 chance risk factor, we would definitely go here in a profitable trade, because if we take a look to the right side, we would go here perfectly in our take profit. And back in the 5-minute time frame here, you will see that this trade with an eye on the 1-minute time frame would make much more sense. So yeah, this is sometimes a situation that you can like switch between the 1 and 5-minute time frame. So be careful about this, because sometimes it's much too risky. So first of all, you should go and learn it with the 5-minute time frame. But for the people who are a bit advanced here in trading, they can definitely go with this strategy, with this little trick of mine, because if you have the skill, this would make your trading much more profitable. So guys, we have now a perfect example here in the chart why sometimes it's better to use the 1-minute and not the 5-minute time frame, because here in the 5-minute time frame it looks like there's like nothing happening right now. But if we take now a look here on the 1-minute time frame, we can see that in the 1-minute time frame the MACD line is crossing our signal line, and this is for us a bullish sign. And that means that we are going now here on Bitget. And what I do now is to click here on market, because I want to open here a market order. And for this, I use a 50x leverage. Also very important is that you go all time with isolated here. So I want to risk 100% of my capital, and I say now here buy long. So we are directly here in the trade. And what we have to do now here is to make our take profit and stop loss. For this, we paint first here our take profit and stop loss in our chart. Our stop loss we put here below our last significant low, and our take profit we make with a 1 to 1.5 chance risk factor. After this, we have to click on this box here to put in our take profit and stop loss. And here, first of all, I don't make the take profit here, I only make the stop loss here, because the take profit we do later. So I give in my stop loss here, click on confirm, and as you can see, the stop loss is now here perfectly in the chart. For the take profit, I go to the right side here on limit. Then I click here on close, what is very important. And here I give in now my price from my take profit. After this, I want to sell 100% of my position there. And then I say close long, and then everything is perfectly here painted in the chart. I would say we take a look now here on the trade, and I'll see you later, guys. So guys, that's it about today's MACD trading strategy video. If you enjoyed this video, smash the like button, subscribe this channel. If you have any questions to this strategy, let me know in the comments, and I would say goodbye.